Yo, what's going on, beautiful people? We are here with the NFL segment. A lot of great stuff to get into. Y'all know Coach Johnson is blasphemous. He always saying some slick shit out his mouth in regards to our teams and who it is we're rooting for. But nonetheless, he is a very smart and wise man when it comes to the game of football. So, Coach Johnson, give us what you got this week, baby.
Yo, what's up, everybody? We have just finished week 4 of the NFL season, and some good stuff going on, some bad stuff going on, but I'm glad y'all are still sticking with us. Right now, we have 4 0-4 teams, the Falcons, the Giants, the Jets, and the Houston Texans, beloved Texans. And so right now, you have 4 fan bases that just need a little bit of love, man. Need a little bit of love right now. And try to figure out how they can get through the rest of the season without just looking forward, trying to see, hey, are we tanking for Trevor, all that stuff, right? Let's enjoy the rest of these games. You got 12 more games, man. You know, God willing, as long as COVID don't mess it up. So let's see what we can get. Let's start with the Falcons, right? So with the Falcons, for the Falcons fan base in Atlanta, right? I know everybody's like, hey, we can't wait until the Falcons follow the Texans' lead and fire our head coach, and we can just move on to the next deal. And y'all are looking forward to Eric Bieniemy and all that good stuff. All right, I got it. But for the next 12 games, when the Falcons are on offense, what you want to look for every game is to try to see how many points we can lead by. That's it. Don't worry about winning. Don't worry about none of that. Just how many points can we get a lead by, and then feel good about that. Right, just feel good about that. Pick a number before the game and see if you can get there. Right. On defense, though, you can either because the worst part of your defense right now is your defensive backfield. Everybody's hurt, right? So you got a bunch of unknown guys back there. So either as a game between you and other fans, or just you yourself, right? You want to try to, before the game, try to see, hey, what's the over-under going to be on DB PBU, so defensive back pass breakups, right? And I want to set that number at 2.5, right? Now, you can either do that, try to bet between yourself and between other fans, or for every defensive back PBU, drink, right? Hey, you just go ahead and take a little swig, right? Try to make the game as fun as possible, and then you can get through it. All right, next we're going to go with the Giants, right? Now, the Giants have a lot of issues going on there, right? Both the Giants and the Jets, right? Both of y'all offenses suck. They're bad. They're bad. The defenses actually aren't as bad as people think, but the offenses are terrible, right? So for the Giants, what you want to do every game before the game starts, go online and look for whatever Daniel Jones's rush yard prop bet is, and just bet the over and root for the over. Right, so if it's 20 yards that game, because he's y'all leading rusher. If it's 20 yards that game, hey, let's go to the over. Let's go to the over and watch for the yards, right? And then outside of that, Jason Garrett is probably the worst offensive coordinator in the game right now. Actually, no. He's the second worst, because Tim Kelly's probably the worst. But Jason Garrett is fighting them for the worst, right? But what you want to look for is the over-under on the offensive motion count throughout the game, right? So track, hey, is he getting over 15 motions offensively during the game? Now, the NFL average per game is somewhere around 28 to 27, okay? He might not get to 8. I don't know. You just look and see, hey, is Jason really bad today, or is he just okay? You know what I'm saying? So look at that. And I also try to look for the first down run pass ratio. All right. Now, as far as the defense, you guys probably actually have the biggest defensive line in all of the NFL, right? Everybody on the D line is over 300 pounds, even your defensive ends, right? So just look and see, hey, drink every time one of your D linemen overpowers the other team's offensive lineman. That's it. Try to enjoy it. On defense, you drink, right? On offense, you cry for mercy. But on defense, you drink, okay? And then for the Jets, you want to try to have fun with this. Try to have fun with this for the Jets. When Sam Darnold throws the ball, you want to see at the end of the game which one you have more of. If you have more drops, or if you have more throws where Darnold just misses, right? Because for some reason, y'all are just like Craig and Friday. Y'all can't have nothing. Y'all can't never have two things that go together at the same time. Have no sugar when you got Kool-Aid. You got peanut butter, you got no jelly. You got cereal, you got no milk, right? So you can't ever get a good Darnold throw with a catch. You can't ever get a good route with a good Darnold throw, right? So figure out which one you have more of by the end of the game, right? Number 2 on offense. You guys have a wide receiver named Braxton Berrios. I think his number's number 10. He went to the University of Miami, played with my little brother Josh.
Josh.
My sister, I thought he was a pretty good player when he was at Miami. And my sister was like, no, he sucks. He can't catch, right? He tries real hard, but he can't catch. And so I've noticed every time I've watched him, every game, there is at least 2 plays where he's diving for a pass, going all out, but he doesn't catch the ball. It's like a great try. But, no points for effort. So the over under 2.5 during the game and try to see, hey, does he dive and drop more than 2.5 passes or less than that, right? So that's a fun game for you. On defense, drink every time you get a personal foul penalty. You might be drinking all day, right? For some reason, Greg Williams, that's what he teaches, right? It is what it is. And then drink for every time you give up a first down for a penalty, right? Your defense is actually pretty decent, but you keep teams on the field because you have no discipline, right? Starts with the coach. All right, now for the Texans. On offense.
All right, fellas, let's get ready.
On offense, right? We're going with the over-under of 2.5, right? For the number of times Deshaun Watson escapes a clean pocket to run for 5 yards. Okay? That's what we're looking for, right? He's going to do it at least twice a game, right? We want to see if he does it more than 2.5 times a game, right? He's going to escape.
It won't happen as much or as unpredictable is what I'm going to predict.
Say it again.
It won't happen as often or happen as unpredictable is what I predict.
Well, it might. Just each game to try to see, hey, is he going to escape a clean pocket at 5 yards? We'll see. Before in his career, he might escape it and run for 20 or 30, but right now it just seems like this year he's running for 5, right? So that's what we're looking for on offense, right? Nothing else really exciting going on offense for the Texans right now, so just play that game. On defense, we want to see number of missed tackles, okay? All right, we're going to set the number at 6.5 and see, hey, can we get an under?
Christian, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
It's nothing to celebrate, not even make-believe celebrate.
Have fun with it, man.
No, I don't care to have fun because we've been miserable for so. I'm not going to celebrate how bad you are. I'm trying.
No. You're not celebrating it. It's like, hey,
you take a shot.
I gotta laugh because I don't want to cry. So I
don't want a fucking participation trophy.
I'll cry.
Take a shot.
I'll cry.
All right, so that's my
hey, for
the fans of all 4 teams, how you can have some fun during the games. Look for those different things and see what's going on.
That was good, bro. Hope y'all fans.
I would like them to win.
That you feel me, Darnell? I want to
know it's gonna happen.
I want to drink to a dub. Oh, real quick, Christian. Real quick. Out of all those, well, never mind. You're gonna get to that at the end. Never mind.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. So, all right, we'll get to Bill O'Brien.
Turn up. Hey, man, boys have been said. Isaac, do your free at last again, bro.
Man, the wicked witch of the AFC South is fucking gone, man. I'm so glad this dude, man. Okay, so for starters, I've been calling for this man's job for a couple years now. It's going on. I feel like one could even say probably, a bit farther back from that because it doesn't take a genius to see the writing on the wall that the mediocrity that he was producing, and I say mediocrity as in you're producing the same results, right? We'll win a division, and we'll win the wild card playoff seeding, but the divisional round is where we go home. Everybody knows that. And quite
That's where
frankly,
it stops.
and quite frankly, the reason we got there probably wasn't because of you. It was probably because in spite of you, right? So basically, we're getting rid of one of our own worst enemies, somebody who was quite literally reverse engineering our success for a bevy of reasons that we'll probably get into briefly. But yeah, Christian, free at last. Thank God Almighty. You know.
Christian, before you go, get in there, Darnell. Do you have a piece to speak?
There's two big points, and I'm gonna drop these real quick. There's two big points when I noticed this man needs to be fired or needs to be looked at. Three years ago, it was a goal line play, I believe, against I want to say the Titans, and it was a drive. And I literally watched this man, Watson, look over, do the play, look over to the sideline and say, look what I did. That's your play. The moment he did that, I said he needs to be out because we have a specimen of a quarterback, top tier, soon to be, for any debaters. And you're going to put this guy in situations where he's not happy, when it's obvious of you're not exploiting his talent. You know what I'm saying? That's one point. The second point is going to be fired. You don't you don't do a fake punt when you have a three possession game in your hands in a championship situation, in a division situation. You don't do that. You don't do a fake punt. There's no point at their house with the fact that knowing they can beat you. You don't do that. That's just dumb. Absolutely, utterly dumb. There's no other word. Idiotic.
I think the idea there was
stupid.
I think the idea, just to briefly piggyback, and I say brief. I think the idea was to kind of compete and put up as many points as Kansas City. So I don't blame him for the vigor in wanting to do so. I just question the timing of it because he could have definitely did that on an earlier down where he was actually within the red zone, and he elected to kick. But when you're on your own, when you're in your own territory, you drop your nuts, which is.
But can you also agree this is in the same category as Pete Carroll in the Super Bowl?
Different conversation.
Can you say that's in the same category?
I'm not even gonna touch it.
That's, in my opinion, that's how I take it. It's like, dude, we have everything in our way. Why would we even question? There's no point. Yeah, they have a chance to come back, but we're not going to give them an opportunity. You're going to risk a play to be able to gain momentum in their house, one of the hardest places to play in the NFL. You just don't do that. You just don't do it. And that's why I say, once that happened, I was done off the O'Brien train for sure. Cut off all chains. There's no helping this man at all.
I have always subscribed to the fact. I can't tell you at what point. It's been our head coach for 7 years. I've probably been done with him after year 3. I have always subscribed to this. I feel like I can call plays better for the Houston Texans with the Madden playbook than Bill O'Brien calls for them on the offensive end. Like I truly feel that way, and that may sound utterly disrespectful, but I've always felt like that, my G. And he finally gone. I know. There may have been a I don't think the contract dispute was that heavy for Hopkins to leave. I just only think had we made this move a year in advance, could we possibly still have Hopkins? Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Hopkins, I believe your contract with the Cardinals, Arizona, is only for 2 years. After those 2 years, we hope that Deshaun will still be ascending into his prime. Come back and fuck with his player. We miss you. Nope, we need you, my boy.
Absolutely.
And as an incentive, O'Brien won't be there. You're still loved. You still have a special place in our heart. So please come back after year 2. After your year 2 with the Arizona Cardinals. And that's how I feel about the Texans. I'm super duper happy O'Brien is finally gone. I know, Luke, you tweeted out wish bad on no man. I feel you and I respect you from that regard. But if we just talking about being fans, if you just allow us to be fans, yes, we don't want to wish bad on no man. But as a fan, we're happy that O'Brien is no longer our head coach. And most importantly, no longer our GM. Thank you. Christian, we know you're about to be disrespectful, so we're going to ask you to respectfully tread lightly. The floor is yours.
I mean, I said last week they need to fire him. I gave my reasons why. So I said I'm not upset at all. Yeah. I think it's a good thing, like I said last week. So, but I think Mina Kimes said it very well a couple of days ago, or yesterday when they did the firing, that this was more of him being fired because of his work as a GM and his work as a coach. And that's, I mean, you have no draft capital, you have no cap space. You went all in on this year, and what you have to show for it is 0-4. I mean, no GM deserves to keep his job after that. So, as a that was, he had to go, and so that's fine. But since he is gone, right? All year, every time I watched the Texans play or heard anything from different podcasts or different NFL shows talking about recapping the Texans games, it's always been, if Bill O'Brien can get out of Deshaun's way, Deshaun needs help, right? No more excuses. Hey,
Sedation. So I remember you specifically saying, Deshaun Watson, he doesn't have the brain for me. He's not that guy. People don't want to admit it. They always hiding around the fact that he's made it to the playoffs. I was talking to Christian, Sedacious, and I admit to you that now that Bill O'Brien is gone, the clock is now ticking on Deshaun Watson on whether or not he is the guy. So when we get a new head coach, new GM, and new coordinators around Deshaun Watson, if
Can I
he
get a
doesn't
new offensive coordinator?
huh?
Can I get a new offensive coordinator?
not this.
Yes, obviously, hopefully we get Eric B. And I know Christian gonna get into other guys that we could would be good for the Texans to get. But if Deshaun Watson doesn't succeed under the new regime of next year, who will become a denominator in that will be him with a new regime and with Bill O'Brien. So I'm gonna say now the clock will start ticking on him the beginning of next year under a new regime, and determining, is he one of those top tier guys? Is he in that class with the Rodgers, with the Russells, with the Mahomes, and so forth? And so, real quick question to Darnell and Isaac, before Christian gives us coaches that would be good for Deshaun Watson and the Texans. What would y'all consider success for Deshaun Watson as a quarterback getting ready to be under a new regime next season? Like, what do you define as success for Deshaun Watson? Or what do you need to see to be like, yes, he is that guy. It was Bill O'Brien's fault this whole entire time.
I don't need to see shit. I knew what the problem was. The man won a national championship in college. Quite literally was there 2 years in a row. If it wasn't for the godly, recruits that Alabama literally hoards away every year and can just recycle and next man up mentality, he probably would have won 2 years in a row. But man, Deshaun Watson has been a winner at every level. If you go to his resume and you look at his track record, he's won in high school. He's won them on the collegiate level. I don't believe it's out of the realm of possibility that he can win on a professional level. He's a winner. Some people win, some people don't. He definitely would be considered a winner. So as far as me needing to see something for validation or some type of, reiteration that he is that, man that I know him to be, I don't need that. Me personally, I don't need that. He's shown me enough, and I don't care even. Well, this is his first step without DeAndre Hopkins, the best receiver in the league. It's still, I don't. You know it when you see it. He has it. Can make all the requisite throws. Granted, is he human? Is his timing off? Does he throw a couple into the ground? Yeah, he does. But I believe more of that is more so, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say it, more so just based off scheme and design, and maybe just a little bit of frustration. One could say that maybe of the play that, previously was called. I'm pretty sure he had the, veto power to run what he wanted to run, but, Deshaun Watson being as valiant as we know him to be, I'm pretty sure he didn't want to change it too much, but I don't really need to see anything from him, man. I think he's shown enough. I mean, multiple Pro Bowls. He has the accolades, I think, so far that you would want to see in a fourth-year quarterback. So, I mean, Deshaun just needed, new vibes, man. Change the scenery, get them vibes up, different vibes.
Hey, I'm just going to interject real quick before Darnell speaks. I think one, we gotta define what you mean by success, Edward, because I think what I would think would be success is kind of what Darnell said earlier, that Deshaun Watson is a top tier quarterback. We're talking about that tier one, in that realm of guys. Right now, to say that he's a winner, yes, I want to let you know two other quarterbacks that are winners. Right, Teddy Bridgewater is a winner, right, and Jimmy Garoppolo is a winner. These guys have winning records in the league. They've won every. So I'm just saying.
I called Deshaun Watson a winner based off his track record in life, right? So I'm talking about all the way back to high school. I don't know Jimmy Garoppolo's record, but I'll just go out on a limb and say he fucking sucked shit in college. But go ahead. I'll leave it at that.
Second round pick, man. Like, he was a top second round pick. He
look at what he did at the college he was at, bro. I'm telling you, it wasn't too. It wasn't great.
NFL, Jimmy Garoppolo is a quote unquote winner. He has I don't even know his winning percentage. We can look that up.
Or is he a great game manager that has been granted and allotted great teams built off of great GMs and good coaching that he's been so luckily to have been surrounded by?
I'm just challenging you to use your words carefully, because you said you described him as a winner, and I gave you two other quarterbacks that are quote unquote winners.
No. But I'm telling you, the merit on which I gave him that winning badge or accolade is because of what he has done prior in his life. Right?
Isaac, are you associating winning solely with championships?
Okay, so this would be my legend, right? At the legend at the bottom of the map, giving you all the keys on how to read it. So this is how you need to read my tape. I am basing Deshaun Watson, me calling him a winner, off of his body of work since this young man has done since before he could drink, when he was still a child in high school.
Okay.
If you look at his high school record, he has won.
Yeah.
If you go to his collegiate stats, he has won. Jimmy Garoppolo, no. You go to his collegiate state, he did not win on the collegiate level.
Okay, could I interject?
Absolutely.
Okay, so
is he top tier? Is he top?
Yeah, he's top tier. Yes, he's top tier.
What has he done lately?
You trying to bait me, Christian. You trying to bait me. We're not debating if he's top tier or not. We just debating on what we needed to see.
Well, no. Well, that's what, because this is what I'm saying. You're saying Deshaun Watson has won up until the league, and we're saying Jimmy Garoppolo has won in the league. So what would be the difference between?
I mean, okay, if you want to go, participation trophies, right? He has AFC divisional titles. He's won some playoff games. Just like Jimmy Garoppolo has some division titles, and he's won some playoff games. Yeah, he won the NFC championship. But did he win it? Because if my memory serves me correct, I don't think he threw over 10 passes that game. So one can quite literally say he was just happy to be there along for the ride. Ooh, hey, hit George Kittle 4 or 5 times a game, Jimmy, and give you a couple outlets to, some running backs. You're going to handle the rest.
The league, bro.
I mean, winner, you going to call that a winner? But, I mean, what do I know?
Saying Russell, that ain't nothing.
All right, look at it like this, though. Yo, check it out. Everybody wants to – not everybody, but there's some coaches that want to be like other coaches. And due to that, they fail because there's going to be one kind of coach there is. With that being said, Bill O'Brien wants to be
Bill Belichick so bad, but
Bill Belichick so bad. Great value may be an understatement. He wants to be, because think about it is
overstatement.
Bill Belichick, listen, check me out. Bill Belichick is a dictator, but he's a loved dictator. Which is very, very rare possible. He can tell you what to do, be that guy, and get respect out of it. There's no questions asked. Either you get with it or you lost. That's what Bill O'Brien wants to be so fucking bad, but he doesn't understand the concept of it, of why and what makes him cut people and so on and so forth. With that being said, we have a dictator. Nobody's going to overmind that dictator. Like I said with the comment earlier, is at some point for Deshaun Watson looking at the sideline like, dude, there goes your fucking play. Now what? It's like, no. Now that Bill O'Brien is gone, that dictator is gone, there's that option of, Deshaun, what do you want to do? What do you think is good? I give him the brain. I give him the chance on his brain based on the fact of him being able to pull the Texans out of shit constant times and being known for pulling them out of shit constant times, no matter what, whether it's a scramble, whether it's a pass, whether it's a free, no matter what it takes, he's going to find a way to help us win. With O'Brien calling the shots, O'Brien wants to be able to be like, you know what, I called that. I'm pretty sure those chances when we won, it's over 50% of the time. Watson, Bill O'Brien said, you do it. You bring us out of this shit. Since I can't fucking win. You bring us out. And he has done it. And that's what it looks like, too. Scrambles, passes that plays that don't look like they're even built up as a whole scheme. It's just like, no, dude, win us this fucking game. And that's what he's been doing. But now the opportunity that dictator's out of there, get an actual coach in there who's actually going to work with his quarterback, talk to his quarterback, bond with his quarterback. Even when he supported Bill O'Brien, he sounded like a fucking puppet. And that hurt my feelings, bro. When he said, well, I support my coach's decisions. I'm like, Deshaun, seriously? You're hurting me, bro. You're hurting me. I
Hey,
understand
man,
you
he
got to do
just
what you
doing
got
that
to
to
do, but
save face
you're
when he
hurting
do
me.
that, Darnell, man.
But,
It's just
of
it's
course.
political at that point, right? Because he can't.
Exactly, but it shouldn't have to be at that point at all.
Fuck what he got going. He dumb and don't know what the hell he doing. I should have
It
audible
shouldn't have to,
80% of what he
get to that
called, but
point.
I didn't.
Exactly. It shouldn't have to come to that point to even
Right.
keep questioning you. It should be like, no way, we lost. There is no finger pointing. There should be no, we lost. There's no I defend my, nope, we fucking lost. There's not defend my coach. There's no point in bringing it up. You bringing it up is putting that guilt on him, trying to like, yeah, he's the one calling it, but I still back him up. You know what I'm saying? It's like when he said that shit, when he played Kansas City after we lost, I was just like, dude, after a guaranteed win that we gave up, you're saying you believe in this coach? That hurt. As a Texans fan, that hurt me, dog. I almost broke out in tears, bro. I'm like, Deshaun, I get that you're the quarterback, brother, but you got just no comment. I have nothing to say. You can't say I back him up. Not with that kind of decision making, brother.
No words
so
is sometimes a mouthful, Darnell. So
that's enough.
Sometimes
That's
less
better.
and more. Sometimes
I'm
less
just
and
saying
more.
though, you got to think about it. I mean, he between a rock and a hard place, but I get what you're saying. You frustrated.
Zip it up. No
Dude,
comment.
Darnell, are you like Isaac and you seeing what you are already what you need to see to know that he's top tier? You don't need to see any more.
Yes, man. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, I can see a great playoff win. Not a managing, a great like 350 and 3 touchdowns. No interceptions. Maybe one. Then that'd be that for sure. Can't nobody on this planet tell me shit. That's my quarterback. Leave him alone. He's gonna be the greatest. But right now he's top. He's questionably top tier. Once he actually makes that big ass impact in the playoffs, it's like hands fucking down. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. And it's gonna happen now. He has the opportunity to do it now. Not this year maybe, but he can do it now.
Performance against the Bills last year was that great performance?
You talking about against the Bills?
Yeah, in the playoff.
Well,
and the Bills were
against
good,
the
but it
Bills,
was just one.
he was 20 for 25, 247 yards and 1 touchdown.
Not enough. That one to impact.
Because he running a bullshit offense by a bullshit person who's no longer affecting us with his bullshit.
That's wing it numbers. I
Christian,
made it work.
Take us into your coaches.
Before we go there, I'm gonna state it like I told Edward. I think Deshaun Watson probably can be a top tier quarterback he is right now. I don't think that he's shown us enough throughout his career that he is. I think that he gives us every game at least 5 of the best highlights that we've ever seen. And the thing is, those highlights are so great that we put them in our mind and we think that, man, that's the whole game. But then we don't pay attention to the other 30 dropbacks. We don't pay attention to the 30 dropbacks where he does skip a ball, where he leaves the pocket too early, where he holds on to the ball, where there's a guy coming open and he doesn't throw it. That happens way too often for him to be a top-tier quarterback. Now, even on plays when hey, it was schemed up right, even on plays when the line is blocking right, I've only heard 2 people criticize him at all and even question if he is a top-tier guy, because I think everyone is scared to question it because there's a bunch of groupthink going on in NFL media. The one person was the guy who was calling his last game, Greg Jennings, and he pointed out a couple of times, why didn't Deshaun change the protection? Why? Hey, Brandon Cooks was coming open. Why didn't he throw it? Why did he leave the pocket there? He kept asking that throughout the broadcast. This is an NFL receiver who is good in the NFL, who knows offense, and he kept asking it throughout the entire broadcast. Neither of the other announcers, made comments on it, but he kept asking it because he's like, dang, I'm expecting you to do this because I think you are this guy, and you're not. You're not doing what I expect you to do. And then the only other person I've heard in the NFL media really question him was Pete Prisco yesterday. He was talking about the Jags playing them, and he was like, I don't know if Deshaun Watson is the guy. Because Pete Prisco thinks that you have to have that generational talent. So he's thinking that Deshaun Watson is not the generational talent. Now, when I criticize Deshaun Watson, I'm not saying that he's not a good quarterback. I think he is a good quarterback. I think he can win a Super Bowl, right? Just because of what I think a team can do around a good quarterback. I just do not think that he right now is a top-tier quarterback. I think he can be. I think those highlight plays that he makes all the time, that he makes, that gets us so excited. If he made those more often and he didn't have the F-ups on the other plays, I mean, man, sky's the limit. So, but I'm not sure. I am not sure if he's a top-tier quarterback. So because of that, Cal McNair has 2 really important things that he needs to do right now, right? The number one thing that he should have done as soon as he decided, hey, Bill O'Brien is gone, he should have called Eric the enemy and said, Eric, give me a number. Give me a number. We got our guy, right? Just give me a number. And you'll be the head coach and follow it, right? The reason why I say that is because I don't think Deshaun Watson is that top-tier quarterback. I think he's going to need, especially with what's around him and the talent or lack thereof around him, he's going to need an exquisite offensive mind, right? So five guys, offensive-minded guys that I think should be in the running for your head coach for next year. Number 1, Eric Bieniemy. Enough said. Okay, he shows it every week with the things that he does with Patrick Mahomes and the different wrinkles that they put inside the offense. That I think he can come in and be splash pad. So we got that there. Number 2, Josh McDaniels. Probably maybe the number 3 offensive mind in at least top 4 offensive mind in the league.
I want no more Patriot way in my Texans organization.
But
I'm out. Keep them out. I'm out on the Patriots way. Don't bring this shit today. Man.
I got you. I understand it. But the man knows how to scheme things over. He knows how to make.
Hey, what if we get Josh McDaniels and he bring Bill O'Brien back?
I think they got like a rule or something. They gonna be like, Josh, you want this dog?
What do you think about Marvin?
He's out. Your boy's out.
Yeah.
He's done.
Number three is Brian Daboll, the offensive coordinator for the Buffalo Bills. Right now, he has people thinking that Josh Allen is a top-tier quarterback. He looks the part right now because everything else is perfect around him. But he is not a top-tier quarterback. He's around the top of that second tier right now, but he is not a top-tier quarterback. Brian Daboll is scheming things wide open for him, so he looks that way, right? Same thing for Deshaun Watson, I think. Number 4 would be Brian Schottenheimer with what he's doing right now with the Seahawks. Yes, Russ is amazing, but Brian Schottenheimer is scheming up some things that are amazing right now, and I think he can do the same for the Texans. And number 5, Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers, who was the OC last year for the LSU Tigers. He's only 31, but man, this is the next big thing. So you get in on the ground floor and deal, and they can grow together. But I think that's what the Texans should do as far as head coaching jobs. Y'all have any thoughts on that list?
It'll be line 1.
Yeah, no, I'm on the Eric Bieniemy campaign, bro. Like, I don't fight you with none of that. I'm on the Eric Bieniemy campaign, man.
I got you. So here's what I think Deshaun Watson should do, though, right? So that's what the Texans should do. Here's what Deshaun Watson should do. Deshaun Watson has a no-trade clause in his contract. He just has to be traded, right? He just has to be traded. Now, this is just – I'm not talking about for the organization. I'm talking about just for him. He should have to be traded. Why? They have no draft capital left, and they have no like the first and second round pick for next year.
What you just said?
They have no draft capital. I said he should ask to get traded. They have no draft capital. The talent
What are you talking about, bro?
They have no. This is what I think Deshaun Watson for his so that he can have the best career possible. He needs to get away from the Texans.
All right, bro. We're gonna meet you real quick.
All right, we winding it down, baby. Thank y'all for coming out.
If I were it's not great. You don't have any cap space to bring anybody.
All right, y'all. So, that nigga smoking dope on this podcast. Bro, Isaac, this nigga smoking crack cocaine.
I don't know what he's smoking, but goddamn it, he's something.
No. Hey, bro. No.
Okay.
I was like, all I heard was, I was like, Deshaun Watson don't have a no trade clause. And I'm like, okay. And then he said he should actually be traded. And I'm like, he's still talking. He's still on mute. We can't hear that nigga. And I was just like,
what the no trade clause does is it prevents the Texans from.
I don't know how you got unmuted. But look, bro.
He unmute this man.
Bro, why would he say something like that, bro?
Bro, unmute him.
Oh my! I hope this leads to like Deshaun. No, he literally said Deshaun Watson to get far away from the Texans. He literally said that. Isaac, did you hear him, bro? He said that, right?
Oh, y'all laugh. Y'all heard this hoe. Bro, unmute this man.
You said Deshaun Watson should get far away from the Texans, right?
Yes. Let me ask you this: if you were a quarterback, right?
5.
Would you want to be on the Texans team inside the organization right now, with the offensive line they have, with the running back they have, with the receivers they have? Would you say, "Hey,
you can't"? I can't answer your question as a player. I'm a fan, bro.
As a fan.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Time out. If you say yes to that, then why is he not performing?
Say that again.
Talent around him that he needs. He has a talent around him that he needs. Right. The only thing that was wrong was the play calling. Where you still have the same play calling as.
Bro, that's the answer. That's why he's not performing, because of the play calling. So you said get rid of Deshaun Watson because he don't have all the pieces around him?
No. I did not say get rid of him. Again,
he said what's to be in the best interest of Deshaun Watson is him asking for a trade, but since he has a no trade clause in his contract, and he's saying that Deshaun Watson should want out. And what I'm saying is the reason why I haven't responded yet is because, one, That is so belligerently insolent to what I believe and what I know to be true. And I'll say this because if he asks for a trade, what it looks like, and perception is everything, right? It looks like that's the quitter's way out, right? It looks like that's the easy way out for me to – I understand you got to be about you. This is your career. You only get one of these, right? But at the same time, you were brought here because we quite literally had faith that you were the guy that could bring us out of the abyss into the, you know, the promising light. So him asking for a trade doesn't do anything to his image except, okay, yeah, you definitely had some unfortunate circumstances with coaching and everything that was around you. But now that is gone, what can you do? Can we really see the real you? Can the real Deshaun Watson please stand up? And that's what I think is about to happen. The real Deshaun Watson is about to stand up.
Did Deshaun Watson ever go through a development process at all? Like, has he – or do y'all feel like he didn't need development? He was just raw.
I mean, shit. He came in as a rookie. He was a starter as a rookie.
Is he still going through a development process?
I don't think you could call it a development because, I mean, 4 years. I mean, hey, like you at graduation at this point. But y'all will not undermine the Achilles tendon of Bill O'Brien.
That's fine. That's fine. All I know is
Dictator.
that if you go back, Edward, you play previous podcasts. All I know is that when I was dogging Deshaun and saying that he wasn't top tier, Darnell and Isaac both, and I think even you pointed to the talent around him, saying that he didn't have the talent around him. So my point in saying that he needs to ask for a trade is, one, they don't have any draft capital. They can't bring in any young people.
That's only for next year, though, Christian.
I
finish, Isaac.
understand that, but so he's going to waste 2 years then? He's going to waste 2 years?
It's not wasted, man. It's shit. Show me what you got. Okay, the situation around you isn't as advantageous as you like. Okay, are you that nigga or not?
I've been saying he hasn't been because he's.
And I'm saying he is. So we about to see.
The guy who called plays for the first 3 weeks is still there. He's still going to be calling plays. He's worse than Bill O'Brien. Y'all say Bill O'Brien. Yeah. The guy that's calling plays now is worse than Bill O'Brien. I'm telling you that. He's 10 times worse than Bill O'Brien.
He is, because he was endowed by somebody who was incompetent, which really, and looking at it, I don't believe, him to be the OC of the future either. But
is he a dictator though? Is he gonna make what he says goes? That's the big difference. That's what they didn't see eye to eye on. Deshaun will have an opinion, and O'Brien will be like, "Fuck that, we're doing it my way."
Situation around Deshaun is not advantageous for him to grow. He has this year, the remaining 12 games, because they're not gonna make the playoffs, and then next year, right, where they're not gonna be able to bring in talent because they have no cap space and no draft picks. Right.
Yeah, we are capped out. Yeah, we are. Golly,
and nothing is ever guaranteed in the AFC South. So,
and everything that you're mentioning right now is not Deshaun Watson's fault. It's one man's fault.
I'm not saying it's his fault. I'm saying if I were him, okay, I'm looking and I say, hey, look, Cal McNair was the one that made Bill O'Brien the GM. Okay, when Bill O'Brien was selling the farm and making all these picks, right? Cal McNair did not step in and say, whoa, bro, can't do that, okay? Now, am I going to –
I'm sorry, Christian. Keep on my bad.
To get the right head coach in here, to get the right GM in here, to fix the ship so that I don't have my next 32 games, right, or 28 games, 12 games this year and 16 games next year, be a waste. Or something that could be advantageous for him and the organization, right? Because the organization has to figure out a way to entice a coach to come in, to entice a GM to come in who has no cap space and no draft picks, right? Hey, look, either you got your quarterback, right, or the quarterback says, hey, look, I don't want to be here. I don't see it, right? They can do it under the table. They can do it under the table to where it doesn't get out there. That people think that he's disgruntled and all that. The perfect team to trade him to. Okay.
Please do not say the fucking Jaguars, bro.
I know what you about to say.
Let me tell you why.
Bye, bro. Bye.
I thought you about to say the Bears. I thought you about to say the Bears. I'm done.
Let me tell you why.
Hey, everybody.
What do
We
you
know how
say?
to handle this situation.
Let me tell you
You said
why.
the Jaguars?
The Jaguars. Let me tell you why.
Bro, this nigga is like, bro, this nigga smoking angel dust, bro. He's
Like, why
smoking,
you
bro.
keep doing
He's
this,
smoking
man?
Hey, you a
angel
Jaguars
dust.
fan?
Matter of
Can I
fact,
ask you a
look,
question?
we talked about 21 Savage today, bro. He said, I don't give him smoke, I give him embalming fluid. That's what Christian is smoking tonight, bro. Embalming
Let me
fluid.
ask you a
Yeah, you
question.
know they call
Let
it
me ask you a
Christian.
question.
They call it wet.
He's sure
son.
sticking it out.
Wait, fellas. Let me ask you a question. Do you really feel like you got the unleashed true Deshaun Watson under the dictatorship of Bill O'Brien?
Oh,
Answer
that's
that
the
question.
whole point, Darnell. We about to see.
No. You're fine. Christian, do you really feel like you got to see the true abilities of everything he brings to the table with O'Brien dictating him?
Don't know. Yeah. Let me finish my point first before we get into because we jumping around.
Bro, no, we not. We're hearing you
He
loud
said
and
trade him
clear.
to the
Every
Jags.
time
No.
you speak loud and
Let him
clear,
finish.
you make it
Let
seem
him
like
finish.
we
Too smart
outright
to
and
know.
we can hear you clear.
Let me tell you why.
You too smart to know that we're
Watch
not
it,
gonna
Jack.
trade him in the division
Let me-
for one,
Okay.
a division rival at one. So that's one.
Tell you why.
Two,
Can I tell you why? Please.
All right, bro, go. You just created a podcast jail for the first time in history. Go.
Okay. All right. So this is why. One, the Texans would be crazy to trade him within the division, right? Would be crazy. But the
so he
Jags
can piss on us for the next 10 years.
listen. The Jags have 12 picks next year. Okay? They have 12 picks next year. All right. They need a franchise guy. Okay. And they have cap space. Now, if they can get a haul, right? The Jags have 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and I think 2 thirds. They could get something ridiculous for Deshaun Watson from the Jags, and they can go to a GM and say, "Hey, look, I got crazy capital from the Jags, right? You got all these picks. Let's right the ship, right? We blew it up. Let's right the ship, right?" And those 2 picks and those 2 first-round picks, they can go down and get Trevor Lawrence, right? Within a top 10 pick, they can move up and get Trevor Lawrence if they need to, right? And they can
I don't
start.
believe Trevor Lawrence is better than Deshaun Watson.
I don't see Trevor
Ooh.
Lawrence riding swingers down
I
45 and
I just
59, man.
Deshaun Watson. Hold on. Listen. For Deshaun Watson, the perfect
If you
situation.
can't read it, it says hell no.
Why?
You can't have him.
Jacksonville.
He's ours. You can't have him.
Listen. I'm not saying that. Sure, I'll be fine with. All right, I'm also fine with Gardner Minshew. But the talent, the young talent that the Jaguars have, right, is exceptional. And they have the 3rd most cap space available this year and next year out of any other team, right? If Deshaun Watson went to Jacksonville, the Jags would win the Super Bowl next year.
So he's trying to game us to get our player who he said is not top tier so he can go to the Super Bowl.
Listen.
Fuck out of here, bro.
I'm not trying to game anything, right? Okay, first of all, Jags fan, I don't control any of these things, right? But I'm just putting it out there. For him, I was looking for any other team. There's the only young team that has stars as rookies and second-year starters. And a lot of cap space that can bring in veterans that are proven players. This is the only team that's available with a lot of draft capital that could trade for him, right? So that there. Now, to answer Darnell's question, do I think that Deshaun reached all that he could be under Bill O'Brien? No, but I think he showed us enough. That for me to say that he is not a top tier guy right now, because Darnell, Isaac, and Edward, we have seen other quarterbacks who are top tier, right? Again, you gotta think about it. We're not comparing him to Derek Carr. We're not comparing him to Jimmy G. We're not comparing him to Jared Goff. We are comparing him to Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers, right? Aaron Rodgers, without a great head coach, without great talent around him, has always been exceptional. He has always been in the conversation without a doubt. As soon as
you do
That's
realize
because
that
before
organization
Patrick
sucked this
Mahomes
man's
got in the
thing,
league,
right?
Aaron Rodgers was the most talented quarterback the NFL has ever seen.
Hold up. Exactly. Without great stuff around him, he has always been, without a doubt, in that backs in the league, right?
I'm
As
on
far as
fire right now.
top two.
But are they letting him be
Hold on.
Aaron Rodgers?
Lakers won too, by the way.
Oh,
Lake Show 3-1.
are they letting him be Aaron Rodgers?
Have you seen the Packers playing?
I ain't gonna lie. I seen them playing last night. And
I think they
damn.
scored
lie,
the most. They
Packers
scored
look
the most
amazing.
points. They scored the most points out of it.
I'm talking about the Packers right now. I'm talking about under Mike McCarthy, who was not a great offensive mind, who was not a great coach, right? Without great talent around him. Aaron Rodgers was that guy. Year after year after year after year. Even without great team, even without great coaching, right? Mike McCarthy offensive mind and Bill O'Brien offensive mind about the same. Okay? Russell Wilson also did not have great offensive talent around him or great offensive play calling, right? Has always been in the conversation for one of the top 3 quarterbacks in the league. Since especially since
Disrespect Mike McCarthy like that.
So we're comparing him to those guys. Those guys in his situation, without a doubt, have been top 3 quarterbacks.
Disrespect Mike McCarthy like
The thing about it is Mike McCarthy's not a dictator. Mark McCarthy's not about to say it's my way or the highway.
Mike McCarthy got the ride Aaron Rodgers coattail. Stop mentioning Mike McCarthy. That's why your Cowboys suck.
Right. Right, exactly. But y'all want to Bill O'Brien fired.
Mediocre coach, mediocre talent, mediocre great quarterback. He might be. I don't know.
Man, they let Aaron Rodgers can be Aaron Rodgers. The organization know Aaron Rodgers can be Aaron Rodgers. That's the difference. They are picking Aaron Rodgers over anybody in the organization to take over. They're not doing that with Deshaun. Everybody knows that. Deshaun has to follow the order. He cannot just say, you know what, let me just take over.
They just drafted a fucking QB in the first round who ain't even.
Y'all are saying, listen. Y'all are saying that he is top tier, meaning that he's in the class of Aaron Rodgers and Russell Wilson. I just gave you apples to apples comparison. Mediocre coaching, mediocre players around them. Those guys, without a doubt, top tier. Mediocre coaching, mediocre players around him.
Russell Wilson hasn't had mediocre coaching though, Christian.
He's had the best coach on the face of the planet, damn near.
Has he not had mediocre play calling until this year? This is the first
Don't
year.
matter. He's had a great coach to put the overall team in situations to where it's advantageous. He was a game manager first starting out. He wasn't a great quarterback.
I understand that. But once the Legion of Boom left, it was all on his shoulders for the last, 6 years?
Exactly. The last 6 years, not the first 4. Not the first 4.
We could tell what the – okay.
You could tell, just like you could tell with Deshaun. You making my point. Just like you could tell Deshaun, you could see glimpses of it, right? But it wasn't there all the way the first 4 years. But once everything, went around or went away from that team, and the only thing that was standing left was Russell Wilson, guess what we got to see? We got to see the whole repertoire unleashed.
Bro,
That's what we about to see with Deshaun.
Hey, Russell Wilson in his 4th year threw 34 touchdowns, bro. 34 touchdowns. Had 110 QB rating. Only, 8 picks. Went to the Pro Bowl.
Is this Deshaun's 4th year?
Yes.
Okay.
Deshaun 12 games left.
Let me see what Deshaun's on pace for.
Did he?
Bro.
I'm just saying. Did he have to overcome his own coach, his own head coach?
That's what I'm saying.
Because you
Oh,
said,
and let's not even
OC
start
was
with the
just garbage.
defense because we can
You
do
said it
all
like
of
the
this
OC
on the
was just garbage.
offensive side and
Yeah,
still
I'm
have
talking-
defense to overcome.
You
I'm
said
talking-
like the Seahawks OC was garbage.
Offensive play calling, right? Because that's what we're talking about with Bill O'Brien. We're talking about, hey, he doesn't scheme things up for me, makes it hard, right? That's what we're talking about. So if Bill O'Brien wasn't calling the right plays, Russell Wilson didn't have somebody calling great plays there either. Aaron Rodgers didn't have somebody calling great plays there either. But they were unquestioned in that, hey, these are top 3 guys. by their
You're
fourth.
still missing it, bro. You're still missing it. You're
Look,
still
look, look,
missing
look.
with me, and I'm trying to tell you, bro.
You're adding other teams. Well, they didn't treat them the same way because they're not the same guy. That's why they're not treating them the same way.
He's a rookie. He's a rookie off rip. You trying to take? You got this. At the end of the day, he still looks at him as a rookie.
Questions about him coming into the league. There's a reason they didn't know Mitch, Pat, Deshaun. I don't know.
And how the fuck is that Mitch shit working out? How is that? How is that going?
Yeah, I'm not saying that Mitch is a great quarterback. I'm saying there's reasons why he was questioned coming into the league.
Yeah, but not okay.
I'm saying y'all think he's top shelf and he's not. He can be. He can show it.
I ain't saying he top 5. I never gave him
What I'm saying
top
is,
5.
without the right stuff around him, that's the definition of being that top tier guy is you don't need the right stuff around you. And
I don't think that
has the right stuff around him. And guess what? He hasn't looked.
3 words. We will see.
I don't think that they disagree that he's not a top tier quarterback.
The right stuff around him always looks the part. He's not in that league.
All right, so
Y'all do? They agree? Y'all agree to that, right?
No, they don't agree to that.
no, so all right, so to tie a bow on this because we over time, so we're gonna have to like wrap up the show. So to wrap this up, but we can like really talk. I really look forward to this podcast like a year from now when like we get to see Deshaun Watson. We're gonna like take all these clips and chop the bugs up and like just like salivate.
Go at your fucking noggin.
So quick takeaways. Christian is saying just thumbs up or thumbs down. We can't go back into it. For the viewers that's listening, because I know we kind of yelling over each other at times, but whatever. Christian doesn't believe currently Deshaun Watson is the guy or top tier guy, but Christian believes he has the potential. The reason Christian doesn't believe Deshaun Watson is a top tier guy is because when you compare him to other top tier guys like Russell, Rodgers, Mahomes, whether or not they have the coaching or the right pieces around them, they have still shown they're capable and able to put the team on a back though. And Christian doesn't feel that Deshaun Watson has been able to do that or show that despite our Bill O'Brien woes. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay, thumbs up from Christian. Thumbs up.
It might be an testament to how bad Bill O'Brien was, but I digress.
I'm gonna bring it all. I'm gonna bring it all together. Now, Christian, that's how Christian feel. He gave us a thumbs up for the people who are just listening and not watching. Now, I myself, Edward, Isaac, my brother Darnell, true Houstonian fans, they feel I'll talk for them too and then myself last. We'll talk about the Cowboys and their woes on the next podcast. Don't think we forgot Sedacious.
How we do that?
Isaac and Darnell believe that Deshaun Watson is the guy, and though Deshaun Watson has had to overcome, i.e. his own defense and his own horrible coaching, he is still the guy, and they believe true indeed he is the guy despite him having to go against his coach and his defense. Thumbs up or thumbs down, fellas? Is that not the sentiment? Or is that not the full sentiment? That's fair. Okay, Isaac and Darnell gave me a thumbs up on their sentiment. So you guys listening on the pod, you understand Christian's side. Coach Johnson, you understand Isaac and Darnell's side. I am going to say I believe in Deshaun Watson, despite also the defense. I believe in the potential of Deshaun Watson. I don't believe we've seen Deshaun Watson reach his peak. I believe he's far capable of like shredding the league if he has substantial coaching. Hold on, D. I got you. If he has substantial coaching. Oh, okay. You just agreeing. Okay. If he has substantial coaching and guys, I don't want this to start up another conversation because we got to get out of here. But our defense can be beautiful and impeccable, but our offense can be beautiful and impeccable next season, and Deshaun Watson can truly come out and let his nuts hang. But my God, as I get ready to go to sleep tonight, our defense gives me nightmares. So I don't know if Aaron Rodgers, I don't know if Russell Wilson, I don't even know if Patrick Mahomes can overcome the Texans defense if they were put in Deshaun Watson's shoes. There may be an argument or conversation for a later day. But that is my sentiment for Deshaun Watson. Guys, hey man, it's a great conversation. I love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. We coming back next week. Sign out, fellas, and we're gonna get out of here and we're gonna get this podcast up for y'all to listen to before Sunday.
All right, the Giants are winning the toilet bowl.
No, we're gonna X the toilet bowl because of the Deshaun Watson coming over to the Jags. So we just gonna X the toilet bowl for the day.
And on that note, Black Peace, sign out. Black and Peace.
Shine hard. Izzo, man.
You gotta get you a marker.
Enough.
You gotta get you like an artificial marker to put on your lens.
Hey.
Hey.